firmament. What I'm thinking about is permanent. Home just going through the dome, your dome. You seen that home.
Let these people buy you food for a month, you may die.
I live in the hood.
Isn't that Calvin? I haven't seen him for a while. Wonder where he's heading.
I heard he got a job.
Is that right? Well, it's about time he got himself together.
Now that you mention it, there is something different about him.
Just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover.
Looks like responsibility's been good for him.
Well, I'm just glad somebody believed in him enough to give him a chance.
Wonder where he's working.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
It's that iconic burger joint, McDonald's.
For millions of people worldwide, McDonald's is the #1 fast food franchise in the entire world. Their empire expands across every continent, covering 118 countries and operating over 35,000 restaurants worldwide. But despite their excellent quality control and supervision, human error is still inevitable.
Job. Hey, Calvin!
Go, young blood. Way to go!
WacArnald's is proud to give young African Americans an opportunity to serve their communities, making them feel responsible for the welfare of their own environment.
I got my 2 sacks of McGoodness right here. So what we're going to do, just going to give you an idea of how this food is breaking down in your body. I'm just going to put it in some jars to kind of show you how it breaks down on its own over time, over the next, 4, 5, 6, 7 months.
Cakes, anything you can. Any kind of food you want to kill me with, nigga, bring it on. May I have 2 half-pounds?
As you've never seen it before, this morning revealing secrets to some of your favorite menu items for the first time, and ABC's Gio Benitez got an exclusive, unprecedented access inside the fast food giant's massive operation.
Got my favorite right there, the Big Mac. So we're gonna put the Big Mac right here in jar number 1. Chicken McGrill. There you go. Boy, let me tell you something, the smell of this food, I just want to take a bite out of it already. One of the worst things on the whole menu, the filet o fish. Look at that thing. It still looks terrible. Going right in there. Next, quarter pounder. That actually looks like meat. There's the quarter pounder. Some fantastic fries. So we're just going to dump right in this jar, right there. In that last jar, we're going to get a hamburger from up the street, from a place where they actually make real hamburgers, where they take the patties and they press them with their own hands and put them on the grill. It's like real meat. And lastly, French fries from a regular restaurant. See what happens at the same time. 2 weeks, French fries from a regular restaurant. 2 weeks, French fries from a McDonald's restaurant.
What's the goal?
2 weeks, sweaty, moldy burger in there. That burger's all moldy. The flavor's just starting to mold. That's some kind of cheeseburger. And the Big Mac, still nothing. Big Mac hasn't even started to mold yet.
The meanest burger in the world could be the meanest burger in the world if you cook it that way.
Serving millions of Americans for more than 70 years with that famous smile. But for long, some customers haven't been smiling, questioning how their food is produced, a process most of us have never seen until right now.
It'll get you drunk.
In Vancouver, Canada, Maxi Pinza got the scare of his life when he bit into his burger. Expecting a juicy and meaty taste, he was surprised when instead he felt a chewy and minty flavor. He took the buns apart and immediately realized that there was chewing gum in what remained of his burger.
Bitch.
This ain't no game, girl. Where's my cherry pie?
I gave you your cherry pie, fat bastard.
All right.
We're letting any television crew in here.
Yes, this is the first time.
Wow.
We're making history.
We are walking into one of McDonald's top secret food plants in Fresno, California. Here you are opening your doors to us.
Yes.
Why?
Well, we're starting on a journey called Our Food, Your Questions, and we want to open up the doors and let our customers ask us any questions they have and give them the answers.
And it won't be easy. Americans have had tough questions for the mega fast food company. Those questions right in McDonald's latest commercial launching today.
I think it's disgusting.
Does McDonald's even sell real food?
Fast food companies and other food processors drive down the cost of food relentlessly and force economies of scale and efficiencies, or what are called efficiencies, on farming. And I'll just give you one example. If you go to McDonald's, anywhere in the world, you will find French fries, or chips, as you call them, and you will find that they're always made from the same potato, the russet Burbank potato. This is a potato from America that's unusually long and difficult to grow, but that's what they want, because when you're McDonald's, you like those red boxes with a little bouquet of very long chips. It looks really good, and so they insist that all their potatoes be russet Burbanks, and they further insist that they have no blemishes at all. There's a very common defect of russet Burbank potatoes called net necrosis. And you've seen potatoes with a little brown line sometimes, or spots that come through it. Well, McDonald's won't buy them if your potatoes have that. And the only way to eliminate that is to eliminate an aphid. And the only way to do that is with a pesticide called Monitor.
I don't feel so good. Time out. Oh! My chest is... Oh!
That is so toxic that the farmers who grow these potatoes in Idaho won't venture outside into their fields for 5 days after they spray.
Ah!
I hope you like my pancakes. I put a special recipe in the batter.
Big Mac? Still? Looks like we just bought that thing. Lettuce, a little moldy. Chicken McGrill? Definitely seen some better days. That thing is beat up. Filet of fish? Look at that white fuzz on the top of it. The quarter pounder. That thing's got a rainforest going on inside there. This burger, same thing. Look, it's starting to get juicy on the bottom. The bun is just like coagulating into some kind of goo. Here's the regular French fries. Those things are black and crazy. Want to see what the McDonald's French fries look like? Check this out. That's right. Some kind of fluke of nature. That's right. This can't explain. But this is what you're eating every time you get these fries.
Yo, Calvin, it's the thin line between fries and shakes.
And then when they harvest their potatoes, they have to put them in these atmosphere-controlled sheds the size of a football stadium because they're not edible for 6 weeks. They have to off-gas all the chemicals in them. So you see, the desire for a certain kind of chip leads to a certain kind of agriculture.
We suit up in sterile wear to see it for ourselves.
So this is what we call beef trim.
Okay.
And it comes from familiar cuts that you may know, like chuck and round and sirloin.
McDonald's says the patties are 100% beef. The recipe, they say, is nothing more than a blend of leaner beef trim and fattier trim.
Just like you would get at the grocery store, you buy like an 80-20 blend.
The beef is ground, blended together, made into those famous patties. Letting the public see this all can be risky. But with so many people on social media able to affect a company's image, experts say transparency is key.
I think McDonald's is deciding to lift the curtain because of market share. Millennials are now driving the food bus, and they're heading straight to other establishments that are offering better, healthier fare, and they're trying to catch up.
Ooh, that's the Big Mac. That looks good, doesn't it? Look at this. Oh, the chicken McGrill looks fantastic. Oh, that's so yummy. Look at the filet of fish. That's very impressive. Quarter pounder, really coming to the end of the road. And are you ready for the French fries? You ready? That's right. Look at that, folks. Why are these not breaking down? That's a really good question. And you have to ask yourself, wow, What's that doing in my stomach then?
Back from work.
Yeah, but you can't keep feeding me and your baby hamburgers and french fries every goddamn night.
Well, what do you expect me to do?
Get a real job,
bitch.
I'm loving it. Thing on the health side, when I started learning about nutrition, about which, by the way, much less is known than you might think, that the scientific understanding of nutrition is still very primitive. But I learned that what mattered most about one's health was not necessarily the nutrients, good or bad, that you were consuming or staying away from, or even the calorie counts. But what predicted a healthy diet more than anything else is the fact that it was being cooked by a human being and not a corporation. Corporations cook very differently than people do. They use vast amounts of salt, fat, and sugar, much more than you would ever use in your own cooking. And the reason they do that is those are three incredibly attractive and incredibly cheap ingredients. And when they're layered properly, as in a chip or various pastries and forms of junk food, they're incredibly addictive. And in fact, people in the industry, they don't talk about addiction in the food industry, even though they traffic in addiction. They talk about craveability. It's the same thing. And snackability is another term they use. It's a lovely word. Anyway, so I came to see that cooking has a huge bearing on our health. And in fact, there's been a lot of research in America that shows that even poor women who cook have healthier diets than wealthy women who don't.
Bitch, look.
McDonald's is...
Give me an opportunity.
10 weeks on the Big Mac. Frosty goodness. Look at the Chicken McGrill. 10 weeks. Oh, the Filet-O-Fish. Oh, does it get any better than that? I don't even know what that fuzz on the top is. Week number 10, quarter pounder. Some kind of crazy little science experiment happening there. Look at that. What is wrong with that? There's not even one little Sporzar on there. There's not nothing breaking down. Nothing. Looks like we bought them yesterday.
Ew, nigga, you smell like french fries.
This is how shit goes here at the
McDonald's.
We don't fuck around.
I'm loving it.
You niggas think I'm gonna down with cheeseburger? Fuck that.
I'm loving it.